Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Chris Okiishi from Crooked Path Productions, among many other things. I mean, every time I turn around, it's like, oh, there's a show. Oh, Chris is directing that one. Oh, there's a show. Oh, Chris is directing that one.
I've been really fortunate to have opportunities. It's great.
Before we talk about Metamorphoses, I have to ask, you just came back from Scotland, where We'll Get Back to You was a part of the Fringe Festival.
Yes.
How was Scotland?
Oh my heavens! It was. First of all, the town of Edinburgh is incredible, absolutely amazing. In the United States, we don't always get an appreciation for being able to touch a building that is, 1,500 years old, and then walk across the street to a Starbucks, and what that whole experience is like. But the town is just really, really beautiful and fantastic, and so welcoming. And there were 3,900 plays that were running at the same week that we were there. Everywhere you look, there was another space that had turned into a venue. Anywhere that 2 or 3 people could sit down, they made a theater.
And how was the reception?
Excellent. It was really, really, really great. The Fringe Festival has their own social media platform so that you can find a play and then audience members can comment on what they liked or did not about it. And our response was tremendous.
Boy, that had to be a little fearful.
It was a little,
the first time you opened that, you probably went, ooh.
It is like reading your public Facebook page, yes. And then we got 2 terrific professional reviews as well that really both loved the play and the production. Oh. And more so just Caroline Price, who was another actor in the show, and I, we had a moment backstage just during the first production of the show and said to each other, can you believe we're here? And it was amazing. And we were so grateful to the people here in Eastern Iowa who sent us there. And we hope we represented you well.
No doubt about that. What was your favorite thing that you saw besides your own work?
So I think I would say 2 things. There was one, a gentleman who went through a clown version of the titles of all the Penguin classics. And just engaged the audience in playing with just titles of famous works. Like he had a big trunk out there, and at one point he pulled out a mannequin head with a bridal veil on it, and he goes, "Oh no, that's for later," and then came back to it and took it out later, and it was Brideshead Revisited. Yep. And then there was this very short 20-minute play that was from an Italian puppetry company that did a war between gummy bears and plastic dinosaurs. Like, would manipulate the gummy bears and manipulate the plastic dinosaurs to tell the story about aggression and war and culture, and it was also really beautiful and funny and weird. Yeah.
Well, congratulations again. I mean, what a coup to be able to take a show to the Fringe Festival.
A once-in-a-lifetime experience, that's for sure. We hope to maybe make it twice in a lifetime. We'll come back with more information.
But you have current production going up, Metamorphoses, and of course, I got this. Metamorphoses, guy turns into a bug.
No, it's not the Kafka. Although there is a version of that was Tony nominated for Mikhail Baryshnikov back in the day, who played the character. But this is Metamorphoses with an ES because it's multiple metamorphoses.
Right. So this is it's Ovid, right?
It's Ovid. That's right.
The Roman poet from
AD 81.
Yes.
Yes. And this was done as a 2-semester class at Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois, where the people in the class could take a Greek myth and would tell it in some way. And then the playwright was the person who taught that class. Her name is Mary Zimmerman. She's a professor of theater there. And she then culled down the stories and took the language and put it into a play that ended up a resounding success in Chicago and went to Broadway. And she became the first woman to win the Tony for Best Director of a play.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
In the late 1990s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, the Metamorphosis, this is kind of the source of a lot of what we think of. When we think Greek and Roman myths, a lot of them come from this, right?
Absolutely. And in many ways, it's the collection of all the stories that people had been telling about the Greek gods and mortals, and Ovid fleshed them all out and put all the details together into one place. Of like over 24 books.
I was going to say you're not staging the entire thing.
No, we're doing 9 stories from Ovid.
So
with
only 9.
Yeah, only with a sprinkle of about 10 more in. But the longest one runs about 12 minutes, and the shortest runs about 5. And it gives us this interesting arc over the whole evening about change and love.
I was just going to ask, what is the through line then?
We asked 3 questions of each of the sections. Why tell this story and how? What does it teach us about change? And what does it teach us about love? And all of the stories answer those questions in one way or another. Is love a powerful, building and beautiful force? Is it destructive? Is it sad? Is it a mature love? Is it an innocent love? Is it a young love? And we try to talk about all the different ways of human interaction that is ruled by the goddess Aphrodite in one way or another.
How big a cast?
A cast of 32 people.
Whoa!
Yes,
that is large by Cricket Path standards.
It is the largest thing we've ever done. It can be done with as few as 9 actors. But one of the reasons we wanted to do this play is we're launching our not-for-profit wing, which is Crooked Path Classics. And not-for-profit theater, like all other not-for-profit organizations, is meant to be of the community, for the community, and by the community. And so we wanted a play that would be expanding to involve people from all over the Eastern Iowa corridor, people who sing, people who dance, people who move, people who act, and who run their own theater companies as well and have come to join us.
So it sounds like it's a play, but is there music, dance? Does it involve everything?
Right. So there's several musical interludes that are mentioned or suggested, but the music you cannot rent. So our music director, Kristen Drollinger, wrote music for the play. We also adapted some folk songs. We also have some songs before the show starts and some interesting interpolations as we go along.
Coming into this as a director, it had to look like a, excuse the expression, Herculean task.
That is true. Yes. So we have the 9 trials of Hercules.
Chris.
Yes, that's right. I do have the advantage. I did direct it before. We directed it in the water at the Coralville Splash Pad when that first launched, back before there was a Coralville Center for the Performing Arts even. So I do have some familiarity with the piece. It is often done in a pool, but in recent years, increasingly theater companies are doing it using other metaphors for water than literal water on stage. It's interesting though, like you always say that you make plans and the universe laughs at you. I had ideas for what would happen, but then the actors brought so many better ideas to what's going on, and it's been a real joy to flesh this all out.
Now, it sounds like a pretty heady thing. I mean, we talk about, a piece that's more than 2,000 years old, dealing with high concepts. Now, as someone who just wants to go to see a play that's fun, sell me on it that way.
So I think the thing to remember is that even though Ovid wrote it in this beautiful poetry and has been translated into multiple languages, including our own, with meter and verse and highfalutin language, that really these are a collection of campfire stories, and some of the best campfire stories. And there are stories that are told with great humor, told with great passion and emotion, and also told with great sorrow. And it is the essence of theater to sit around in the dark with a little bit of light and listen to someone tell a story. And we have 32 someones telling a story. So
it's the 9 trials of Chris, the Metamorphoses. All right, now I'm going to be really mean, and I'm going to make you pick a favorite tale or just something that kind of sticks out, that when the audience comes, you really hope, I really want you to lean forward when you get to this part.
That's a really good thing. And of course, as you imagine, whatever I'm rehearsing today is my favorite. There is a terrific moment in the play when the god Apollo's son Phaeton complains to his therapist about his neglectful dad and tells the story of how he goes to see his father when he reaches adulthood. And like many of the people do in these kind of stories, Apollo promises him whatever he asks for. and what he asks for is to drive the sun.
Oh, and we know how that goes.
Does not go well. Yeah, but the way that the story is told, and the way that that Apollo is presented, and the therapist gives us insight into this story simultaneous. And of course, my other life, I'm a
You
mental
are a
health
therapist,
professional.
yes.
Yeah, that's right. So being able to listen to some of the machinations and history of my one profession applied to my other profession has been really, really interesting.
Just a little too close to reality, huh?
Yeah, and also I think anyone can sympathize with a child complaining about their parent. Yeah, usually it doesn't result in the creation of the Sahara Desert, but nevertheless, yes.
The Metamorphoses runs 2 weekends at the James Theater, opening October 3rd.
That's right, through the 12th. Tickets are at the James IC, the James Iowa City, thejamesic.com, or at crookedpaththeater.com. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, as always, you always set yourself with a big task and always bring it home. So
We can't wait to have people come join us.
Yeah.
We really need them.
The Metamorphosis by Mary Zimmerman from Crooked Path Productions. Again, if you'd like to know more, you can visit crookedpaththeater.com. Chris, good luck with it, and thanks for being with me.
Thank you, Dennis. It's always a pleasure.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.